of all ranks and files, my beloved candidates from Ukhrul district, ladies and gentlemen, Naga People's Front is the party of the Naga people as a whole. I bring greetings to all of you from Naga People's Front. This party belongs to the people. Each one of you is a member, and as much as I'm a member in this party, we have many Nagas in other political parties. But we can term those people joining other parties as misadventure. When we have our own, why they go away to follow others? Therefore, it is misadventures. But to some certain extent, it may be my fault, it may be your fault also, whether we have told them about our party. Let nobody say that I have not heard about it, nobody tell me. Let us tell our people that this party belongs to the Naga people as a whole. And we are equal partners in this party. Therefore, the NPF have decided that this party should spread in all the areas where the Nagas live. On 28 May 2011, we have launched this party in Manipur state. I remember I have unfurled the flag with tears in my eyes. We have launched it, and in a matter of 8 months, we have faced the 10th general election to the Manipur Legislative Assembly in 8 months' time. And in the first election, that was the first election for us, the 10th election for Manipur, we could return 4 MLAs. First time when we returned 4, we consider it to be very good. We consider it to be a very good performance. And true to the expectation of the party, these 4 members performed very well on the floor of the House. But before they could complete their tenure, the Manipur Legislative Assembly, under Congress government, tabled 3 anti-tribal bills. You remember all these bills? People's Protection Bill, Shop and Establishment Bill, Land Revenue, Land Reform Amendment Bill. We were not happy with these bills. But the more important thing is that Manipur Legislative Assembly under Congress government has passed resolution against solution of the Naga political problem. So there was no argument. We cannot be a party to it. And therefore, we have given hard decision to our 4 MLAs to resign from the assembly, and they resigned accordingly. You're aware that in order to be an MLA, one has to devote his whole time for 6, 7 months, or somebody even a year. You have to spend so much of your resources. So many people will work you. You become indebted to so many people to repay to reciprocate what they have done for you. So to be an MLA, it's a big responsibility. And once an MLA is elected, people have given him their mandate for 5 years. Before completion of that 5 years, if one has to resign from the assembly for a cause, in politics, that is called sacrifice. Our four friends, Mr. Vicky also made a mention about it. Our four friends, Mr. Diko, Mr. Samuel Rizal, Mr. Victor, Dr. Alexander Pau. Four of them they have performed very well. They have resigned in protest against those anti-tribal bills and against the resolution which went against solution to the Naga political problem. They did very well. That remains on the record. But when election came, what happened? Except Diko, the rest three were defeated. Mr. Diko called it humiliated. That is true. They were humiliated. If the past mistake should be a lesson for today's welfare, today's uh, thinking, I think it is worth mentioning or reminding ourselves of the past also. These people resigned a sacrifice made to protect the interests of the Hill people and to protect the Naga political problem. What is more important to us than this political problem? But in the next election, all the three were defeated. Not only these three were defeated, but in their place, Ukhrul, Karon, Chandel, our voters voted Congress to power again. We have resigned in protest against the action of the Congress government. And these people re-elected Congress to be their members. Is it not a mistake? Please excuse my language, but is it not a mistake? I request you not to make any more mistake because in politics, every day is a day in history. What you have done goes to the record. Every day is a day in history. Therefore, I am a little bit harsh with the electorate of Ukhrul, but don't feel bad. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the fact only. You go out and tell the people of Karon, you go out and tell the people of Chandel not to commit this mistake again. Political parties, we have different political parties. Why we are different? Because we have different policies and principles. When Congress passed resolution in the Assembly against the solution of the Naga problem, solution of the Naga problem is our priority, number one. See, how can these two come together? Why defeat the one who is supporting the Naga political settlement? Why defeat that man? And why appoint the other person who is against the Naga political settlement? Please don't mind, but never commit mistake, such mistake again in future. I'm telling you. This time also, our leaders, some of our leaders have made sacrifices. Paul Moinao had withdrawn from the race, applying for the ticket of this party. in favor of Mr. Kashum. Mr. Kui, our General Secretary, had withdrawn in favor of Mr. Leishiyo, and Mr. Samuel Risam had withdrawn in favor of Mr. Muivah. I repeat again, in politics, these are called sacrifices. Let these sacrifices do not go in vain. Please give recognition to these sacrifices, and because of the sacrifices made by these three leaders, let Kashum, let Leishiyo, and let Muivah get the benefit. Please. We're all human beings, sometimes we will make mistake. But once we made a mistake and once we realize, please do not repeat it again. Mr. Raina, one of our candidates who is not here today, but Mr. Raina of Radubi, he applied for the ticket. The election committee issued ticket to Mr. Francis. Raina, the next day, when he came to know that he was not given the ticket, the next day he accompanied Mr. Francis and started touring the area campaigning for the NPF candidate. We're proud to have such kind of leader in our midst. We're proud to have leaders like Paul Moinao, Mr. Samuel Risam, and Mr. Kui. I want to request you to give the same recognition to such sacrifices made in favor of the party. Today we are here for Ukhrul district, so we will confine our topic to Ukhrul district only. Mr. Vashum, he has been serving as MLA. We could not help him, but he remained as an MLA. And remaining as a mere MLA, there may not be much opportunity for him to help his people, for him to contribute to his constituencies, even if his mind, his desires is there. But if everything goes well, Kasim will be somebody next time. Because this party, we respect the hierarchy system, although there is no seniority list in political parties. We respect the hierarchy list. And therefore, next time, I believe he can do as much as he desires to do for his people, for his constituencies. The people of Chingai, leaders who are here, I know that Chingai constituency needs development. And if you agree with me, why you try to bring in another new face? Let Kasim continue and then carry out what he wanted to do for you, for your constituencies. So I request you to keep that in mind. As a mayor MLS, I repeat, he may not get much opportunity to do as much as I desire this time. But I think, I'm sure he can be in a better position to do better next time. If you return him as a senior MLA or as a senior minister, he can contribute in a better way. So also with Mr. Leishiyo, Leishiyo was also an MLA for quite some time. And that time, there may not be much opportunity for him to contribute for his people, for his constituency. But when he has been elected as the chairman of the Hill Area Committee, in a short span of time, he could show his worth by bringing development to his people. Phungyar is a very big constituency. I've been told that Phungyar constituency, the area is bigger than the Imphal Valley alone. Imphal Valley where 30, 40 constituencies concentrate. Therefore, such a big area, Phungyar requires development. In order to keep the trend going on, Phungyar, our party leader from Phungyar, you are here, those who are here, please keep in mind to keep the trend going on by bringing voting back Leishiyo to power. Don't try to bring another new face. Now coming to 44, Ukhrul, I was harsh with you, please don't mind. This time, Mr. Samuel Risom has conceded in favor of Muivah. My friend Mr. Biko has told you so many things about Muivah. I'll not repeat, but even as a bureaucrat, I think he has contributed maximum to this constituency, not only to this constituency, but to the whole district. Now, you defeated Samuel and voted for one congressman to be your MLA for 5 years. Now, Muivah was only a bureaucrat, but you just compare the achievement of your MLA with the achievement of the candidate who is going to be your leader. You just compare. Let us not commit any more mistake, but we will appeal to your good conscience to help us this time and bring all the three to NPF. Because as I said at the beginning, NPF is your party. And therefore let us bring all the three MLAs to the party as a winning candidate. That is what we want to request you. Ukhrul is considered to be the hotbed of all socio-political activities. We were sad when we lost Ukhrul last time, but this time, please see that your party takes over Ukhrul this time, the NPF. My friend Vikao has already mentioned, Mr. Dr. Chutis also has already mentioned, but Tangkhuls are considered to be the most advanced community, not only here in Manipur state, but among the Naga communities, different communities. And if so, I hope you will not fail your other Naga brothers of their expectations. I am requesting you to prove your leadership by bringing back all the three candidates to the party. I know that my presence here will not make any difference. I know it. But I just want to come here and put up a personal request to the Tangkhul leaders to stand for this party. I want to request you not to sit tight here in this district alone. I want to request you to be leader of this party and then spread out and cover all the Naga inhabited areas. This is my prayer. Now, in the form as a form of information, I'll add one or two more points in brief. ADC election was supposed to be completed by May, year before last, that is 2020, but we could not hold it. It was postponed two times. This time, after the general election is going to come, there will be no more excuses to postpone. It's going to come. And therefore, those of you who applied for NPF ticket last time for ADC election, I request you to work very hard this time to see that your candidate returns so that you will also get a better chance next time. I'm going to request our candidates and also our divisional leaders to make proper record of those people who work hard for the success of this party. Because, as I have said earlier, recognition is necessary. Without recognition, things go wrong sometimes. And therefore, I request those candidates who applied for NPF ticket last time to come forward and work hard for your candidates so that you will also get better chance next time. The next point, BJP NPF relationship. We are with BJP in Manipur state. Our party being a grand all party, we are slow in making decision. But once we make a decision, we remain there. Unless otherwise we are forced upon to review the decision. We are there. And that way, from the beginning to the end, we were at BJP, and in fact, we have saved Biren Singh's government two times. Our number is small, yet because of our four members, we could save Biren's government two times. But except that we have been associating with one another, there is no alliance, there is no written commitment, no written agreement between NPF and BJP. It is an association. But if everything goes well, the spirit of that association prevails, even today. Let us be very clear that there is no commitment, there is no agreement between BJP and NPF. But once we take a decision and have been associating with BJP, that association spirit prevails. Please keep that in mind and let us not confuse ourselves. Now, another point. Some time back, we have been talking so much about CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. Our party is against it because CAA is an act to uproot not only the Nagas but the whole northeastern people in due course of time. So we are against it. We'll not go into detail, but we're against it. Then Armed Forces Special Power Act, we are deadly against it right from the very beginning till today. It was promulgated by the President of India in 1958. For the first time, this act was promulgated for two districts, Kohima district Kohima district and Mokokchung district of present Nagaland state. Now it has been extended to the whole area. But I tell you, as long as this act remains, the whole Northeast India remains the Indian Army training ground, which we do not agree. We are against it. So these are the few points I share with you. And with these few words, I wish our NPF candidates all the best. Please keep praying for them, work hard for them, and see that they return triumphantly.